Hello and welcome back to my channel. So if you've watched any of my previous videos, you've probably noticed that almost all the time I have mods installed in my game. And today I'm going to go through some of those mods, and specifically I'm going to be doing clothing mods today, and in future I'll probably do hair and face mods as well as some other content of mods. But in today I'm going to be showing you my 3 favorite clothing mods that I have found on Nexus Mods. Let's get into it. Number 1 is going to be my favorite mod that I found, and it's actually not that popular on Nexus Mods, and the name of the mod is called Misc mods, like miscellaneous mods, and uploaded by the user Kittentails. Now I adore this mod, and if you look at it, it's actually a compilation of many different mods. It includes hair mods, cat ears, eyrie textures, but my favorite is the pack called the Shadow Druid's Backpack. Now this works much like Basket Full of Equipment if you've ever seen that mod, and I will cover that mod later in the video, but for now it works much the same. You find baskets in 2 different places in the map, and you can go pick up the baskets, and it contains all the clothing from the mod. And the reason why I particularly like this clothing is because there's not much clothing for druid or very medieval appropriate clothing in a lot of mods, and this mod sort of takes clothing that's already in the game and mixes and matches it and makes it look really nice. There's definitely some clothing that I adore in this mod pack, and it even comes with 3 staffs, which are really pretty. I really like the Black Lantern one. It's adorable. The only downside of this particular clothing mod is that the armor isn't adjustable in any way. So for example, if you would normally have a higher AC wearing a higher armor class and you want to wear this mod and it lowers your armor class, there's no sort of way to fix that with this mod alone. Another drawback is Shadow Druid's Backpack also, strangely enough, comes with the cat ear feature in the character creation menu. So if you're creating a character, you'll see these little choose horn thing, even if you're a human or like anything. And if you don't want to have cat or dog ears, be careful not to click left or right on this button because you won't be able to uncheck it. So if you don't want to have cat or dog ears, leave that setting alone when you're making your character, unless you're making a tiefling. But yeah, there's no way to remove them, which is weird. But I love the clothing and I love the styles, and I really struggled finding an outfit that I liked for my druid, but with this mod it fits my druid perfectly and I love it. Okay, mod number 2 is Basket Full of Equipment. Now this is my second favorite clothing mod, and it honestly serves multiple purposes, and I would recommend this particular mod for anyone if you've played through Baldur's Gate a lot. And the reason for that is it's not just a clothing mod, but it also comes with enchanted and somewhat cheaty items. So for every single piece of armor or clothing in this mod, they come with a perk or an enchantment or like a spell. And one thing you might notice is the staves have a super OP spell on them. So if you play through Baldur's Gate a lot and you're really sick of combat dragging on lots, or you're just trying to get somewhere fast, using this mod also doubles as sort of like a cheat mod. There are even rings, which is why I would recommend this mod. It comes with rings that give you +2 AC and +4 AC. So if you would normally have a high AC and you want to wear these nice looking clothing, you can just pop on one of the rings that increases your AC. There's even a +2 to spellcasting, which is pretty nice as well. And you can duplicate the basket of equipment as well. If you double click the necklace, you can spawn another one, and you can keep doing this. The only negative thing I would have to say about Basket Full of Equipment is that some of the outfits look very non-lore friendly and more like biker get-ups, but it's still nice to have the option, and a lot of the armor is very nice. It gives you access to a bunch of armors that are hidden within the game's files, so it's still pretty good. The other negative, there's not really many options for druids in this mod pack, which is why I would recommend miscellaneous mods if you're going for more of that nature-esque medieval look rather than super fantasy. If you're planning on installing miscellaneous mods and basket full of equipment, be warned, if you if you fill your inventory with all the bags, your game might crash. And this is something I did when I first launched in the game, because these mods, their baskets spawn right next to each other, so that's really convenient. But if you shove all of them into your inventory, I noticed my game would crash, but as soon as I got rid of like 1 or 2 bags, my game stopped crashing. So be careful of that, and maybe spend some time collecting the clothes that you know you want to wear and then toss the bag somewhere else. Okay, number 3, enhanced gear progression. Now, I haven't really seen much of this mod because it's all based on random generation, but what I can see is that it adds worn and like worn down armor. As you can see on Lae'zel, she starts off with like broken and cracked armor, and you yourself will start with broken and cracked armor, and it makes a lot of sense. Like, you and your characters have been through an awful lot and your armor should be pretty beaten up. But up until this point, I haven't actually found any armors from this mod within the game, so if I do end up finding any, I will put them on screen now. Hi, editing Proxima here. I did end up finding pieces of this armor and like the different clothing in this mod, and you can see Lae'zel wearing them very stylishly over these clips. If you want to find them very easily, you can actually just go to the blacksmith and the tiefling camp, and also in just like most stores, like any special vendors you find, they will usually sell 1 or 2 of these. So that's pretty neat. And when you long rest, their inventories restock, so you can just do that method and try and get an armor that you want. So yeah, pretty good mod. Some of them are very nice, and it's extremely lore friendly, so it's a pretty good mod. Those are all the clothing mods that I have found so far, but if you have any better clothing mods that you might recommend, please put them in the comments. If you want to know how to install the mods, I use Candor. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye!